It's your boy Ad, Bosman08. I'm doing the PWL Survivor Series Q&A. All right, they sent me a couple of questions that I asked for when it comes to Survivor Series, just so Survivor Series Q&A. Okay, I got a couple of questions here that I'm gonna get to. Um, One question is a little easy, but it's hard at the same time. But I'm gonna try to get to that. Okay, so I'm going to order by who asked the question first, and then I'm gonna do my best. All right. So here we go. Don't mind the hair. I'm gonna get my hair cut later on. James D. Okay, he asked about the first Survivor Series. Um, the first Survivor Series was back in '87. Um, I know the main feud was Hogan and Andre. You know, back then that was like the biggest feud ever in the '80s. Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. So that's where they came up with the whole concept of the Survivor Series. They each get partners and they go head to head. And I think that was the first time that they did that as far as wrestling go for any company, where it'd be like 5-on-5. I think the War Games was first, but they have it like an elimination style type. They just put like a cage around them and they just start rumbling. So for the Survivor Series, the first one was back in '87. It was in Richfield, Ohio. Um, Macho Man had a team. Honky Tonk had a team. It was a good show. Like because I have it on DVD first, and I watched that faithfully. I try to catch up on that because I never really had a chance to watch all this Survivor Series. So once I got the DVD, that's the first one I watched. So, but '87 was pretty good. Is it in my top five? No, but it was still a pretty solid show back then. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, the first one. Um, I think it was the first one. Matter of fact, it's the second major pay per view because it was just WrestleMania, and then Survivor Series came along, and then in '88 that's when the Royal Rumble came. So Survivor Series is supposed to be the second most important pay per view of the year. That was like the fourth. But yeah, but the first one was pretty cool, man. Considering all the talent that they had back then, Macho Man, Jake the Snake, Brutus the Barber, B-Cave. They had so much talent, man, back then, man. It was just crazy, man. So, shout out to all the legends that passed from that pay per view, especially Andre, and because he was hurt. Andre was hurt for a couple years, and Andre kept pushing, man. He hung in there until his back couldn't go no more. But he wrestled for most of the '80s, like the last part of the '80s into '90. He had a bad. He had a lot of injuries. So shout out to Andre, man. Andre legend for that, man, for real. And he put Hogan over. My man James Welcome, man. Shout out to him, man. He be holding it down. He be holding it down up in the PWL. So he asked about the title changes, WWE title changes. Um, I got. It's been about 11 of them. Yeah, it's been about 11 of them. Okay, and I'm going to run them down. If I mess up, sue me. All right. Back in '91, um, Hogan for the Undertaker, for the title. Taker was number one contender. Um, Hogan always had the belt anyway. Flair came down, interfered, put the chair in the ring. Taker tombstone Hogan, and it was curtain for Hogan, and that was '91. That was the first title change in Survivor Series history. Excuse me. '94 was Bret Hart and Bob Backlund submission match. That's one of my favorite matches from them. Um, Bulldog was knocked out. Bulldog was Bret Hart's cornerman because he had to throw in the towel. Uh, Owen Hart was Bob Backlund cornerman, and the long story short, Bulldog got laid out. Owen went to go get his mom, and Stu followed right behind Helen. And then next thing you know, Owen started crying, Brett crying, because Brett was in the damn chicken wing for about 5 minutes. Um, and I remember Jerry Lauder was like, he was saying Brett was crying. Like, yo, like Jerry Lawler is so much in his. No, what's that Jerry Lawler? Yeah, I think Jerry Lawler was on commentary. It was somebody on commentary. Who was on commentary? Was it Jerry Lawler? I don't know. I gotta check it out this weekend. But yeah, '94 was Bret Hart and Bob Backlund. So that was the second one. '95 was Diesel Bret Hart. Bret Hart won the title. He ended Diesel's 1 year title reign. '96 was Shawn Michaels and Sid. Sid beat Shawn after a terrible spot with Jose Lothario. He was on the apron and Sid grabbed the camera and Sid hit Jose, and then like Jose all of a sudden he had a heart attack. He had a seizure and whatever what the fuck was going on with him. He was passed out. That was the fourth one. The fifth one was '97. Shawn beat Bret Hart for the title, the Montreal Screwjob. Uh, '98. It was man. It was so much bullshit going on in '98 with the title. Man, they was doing dumb shit with Kane and Undertaker and Stone Cold, but they had that. That's the famous tournament where The Rock won. The Rock won the title. I think it was a 14-man tournament. The Rock won the title, beating Mankind. '99 was Big Show. He beat Triple H and The Rock. Triple threat match. That's after Austin was laid out. 2002, Shawn Michaels won the chamber match. '08 was '08 was Edge, Triple H, and Kozlov. 11 was CM Punk. He beat Del Rio. And 15 this year, Seth Rollins got hurt a couple weeks ago, and they had to schedule a tournament. So out the four guys, KO, Del Rio, Dean, and Roman, we don't know who gonna win. People is assuming Roman. People have their People is putting money on Roman, and I don't think he's gonna win it because the more people say it's Roman, the less I feel confident about. But yeah, that's been the title changes in the history of Survivor Series, WWE title changes. 2006, the world title changed. So that was King Booker and Bautista. But I think he said WWE title changes, so I just gave him all the WWE titles. My man Mark, shout out to him. He wanted to know about the random booking for the 5-on-5. Um, the booking is terrible. Period. It's not it's not that good. But the random shit, I'm not a big fan of because, but they just like in the early '90s, even the late '80s, they was building that shit. Like they was booking some great storylines, and like everybody had a team back then. Like Jake the Snake had a team. Rick the Model Martel had a team. You know what's crazy when Rick the Model Martel had one. You know what I'm saying? Roddy Piper had one. Rick Rude had one. Bobby Heenan. Like, I mean, it's so much history with Survivor Series that they could have did better with this 5-on-5 zone. Like, it's so random where they just pick any old people, in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make no sense to me. Um, I can't explain none of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to, but I don't know what they going with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know where they going with the booking at all. So pretty much, they probably gonna put Neville and New Day and Stardust and all these other guys. Man, they just doing whatever with the booking, man. So hope I answer your question, Mark. That shit is random as hell. Like, because this Survivor Series, like, when was the last time we didn't have a traditional Survivor Series match that was like at least not a mid card? It's like more of the upper card thing, And I don't know. I just find it weird that they not focus on it. And my man Gene, he asked my favorite Survivor Series team of all time. I don't know if I have a favorite, but man, that's a tough question. That's why I say is easy, but it's tough. Like, I mean, I can name like 5 teams off the bat, but I don't know if, like, we got we got the Mega Powers in '88. We got the Ultimate Warriors in '90. Uh, we got the '94. What's that? Like the bad guys, like Razor Ramon and all them. Like, yeah, like that was like, that was the shit. 2001. Um, if I had like that 2001 team was stacked. Like the team that they left with Jericho, The Rock, Undertaker. They up there. They like in my top two. Okay, they up there. So I mean, if I had to pick one team, it would have to be that team because of who they had and who was the leader of the team. The Rock was just in his bag with it. So excuse me. So I'm gonna say 2001, Gene. That was my favorite Survivor Series team, Team WWF, when they beat Team Alliance. That was Stone Cold, Booker T, Kurt Angle, Jericho, and RVD. not Jericho. Shane McMahon and RVD. Excuse me. So that's pretty much it for the Q&A Survivor Series questions. Hopefully, I get more questions in the next month about like the Royal Rumble or like whatever. So I just make a video about it and take it from there. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I answer your questions correctly, and that's pretty much it for your boy. Miles, we wait. I'm out. Deuces.